But here's the thing. He knows how the team is constructed. None of those guys are really defenders. Like,
were they all? Let me ask you this,
like
Coach.
none of those guys.
Were all of those guys who aren't defending now for whatever reason? Were they bad defenders in college?
That's not what they do.
I mean, they're not. I mean, that's not what they do great.
Mm-hmm.
But we could be better team wise, and a lot to do with it is we have some inexperienced guys that never played in the NBA and never played a lot of minutes in the NBA. So this is all new. We myself, our staff. We have to be patient. We just have to keep chipping along and keep pushing the guys. But offensively, this is what surprises me. I mean, usually when you get a new group together and a young group together and a group that doesn't have a lot of experience, it's hard to teach offense. It's hard to be in sync with one another. It's hard to share the ball. It sounds simple, but it's not. It's a league that sometimes it becomes selfish at times, but we're offensively, we're passing, we're like third in the league in assists. I think yesterday we were number one in the offense. And so, but defensively, there's no excuse. We got to get better. We work on it every day, and we're going to continue to work on it for an hour and 10 minutes today. So it's that we will improve.
Coach Brooks, do you find it crazy that at this point, every team in the league is allowing at least 100 points per game on defense? Every single team.
Gotta be.
Yeah, I mean, it's different. The numbers are different. We all have to, I mean, myself, the staff, the media, the fans, we all have to look at the numbers differently. The numbers, I mean, teams are putting up, I mean, Harden's putting up 39 points. These are incredible numbers, and teams are doing the same thing. There's 150-point games. Clippers won the other night, 150 to 100, I think, or 100 or 105. The numbers are incredible, so there's has to be a little bit of an adjustment. But as a team ourselves, we got to play much better on that end.
Well, I mean, we actually are. We're last in the league in defense. Now it's only by 100th of a point or something, but
yeah, it's not,
a tenth of a point.
You guys in New Orleans.
What's crazy is like you get 2 or 3 more stops a game, you drop down to like 15th or 17th. So, but it is what it is. We have to get the stops. We got. I mean, we're going to get better. I believe in our guys. And we got a good group of guys that want to get better, and that's the key. They want to get better, but they're learning. They're learning the game. This is their first go around. Some of the guys. It was their first time playing in Boston. It was their first time playing in Minnesota. It's the first time. A lot of first times for our team.
right. So what is the key when you have a group of guys and none of them really, they're kind of like defensive guys? Like what is it, just like communication? Is it just effort? Are guys just like resting a little bit on deep? Like what is it and what's the secret?
No, it's not effort. That's the good thing. I mean, last year there was a lot of times it wasn't a good fit. But this year it's not effort. It's a lot of it is communication. We talk about it every day. We have to communicate with one another on the court. They're all great guys, and they communicate off the court, but they're quiet guys, and we give up. I would say a dozen points just because we're not communicating in transition. But it's something that we work on. It's something that we try to instill some things that can help them do that. But like I said, it's going to get better. It's going to get better. We just have to be patient and keep working with the guys.
So I missed the game against the Magic. I was following along on social media as it was occurring, though. Kind of a nail-biter there at the end. But it looks like Markelle had a good game. Markelle Fultz had 19, hit a couple threes. How's he looking?
Yeah, you know what? I mean, unfortunately, he was looking good against us, but I'm happy for him. I mean, he seems to have been, through some tough times the first couple of years, but he's found a home. You can see that he's very comfortable on the floor. He's very talented. He has a high-level skill set. He's sneaky athletic. I mean, even the last dunk off the steal, it was you didn't think that he was going to be able to get there, but he got there and he's going to. I think he has a good spot, and coach is going to continue to develop him. But he definitely has a bright future.
But he looks like hit stroke or anything like that.
No, I mean he doesn't shoot the ball well. Unfortunately, I think he hit 2 out of 3 against us with threes.
Right.
And we were giving him, we were giving it to him, but we were late on our contest on purpose because that's not his strength.
Right.
But it didn't look bad. It definitely did not look bad.
Yeah, it looks like on the season he's only hitting 21%.
So you guys got the Spurs tomorrow night. Spurs is struggling. They've lost 6 or 7 in a row. They're
6 in a row, yeah.
6 in a row. They got DeRozan, obviously, and they got Aldridge. What else do they have? What do they? Why are they struggling so much?
Well, they've had some tough breaks. I thought the last couple of games that they had a chance to win. They're going to turn it around. Pop's teams always turns it around. It's like death and taxes and 50 wins. That's what Pop's going to end up doing. It always seems to happen. But I don't know if they've ever lost 5 or 6 in a row under Pop.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Coach, you have to be pleased with what you're seeing so far from Isaiah, right? You like what you're getting from Isaiah Thomas?
Yeah, I mean it's great for him.
Yeah.
And us. He's come in. He's averaging 14 and close to 7. He hasn't played in the last couple of years, so it's good for him to get back and get healthy. He's still in there. Remember he missed 6 weeks of training camp with the ligament issue in his thumb. So it's definitely continued to work in progress. But I like what he's doing. He's been great leadership-wise, and that's another thing. With our young players, it's great to have good leaders that been there before. That's been that's struggled at times. He was a last pick of the draft.
Right.
He didn't come in as a lottery pick, so he has a great story to share with some of our younger players that are trying to make it into the league.
Joined by Coach Scott Brooks, head coach of the Wizards, off to a 3-8 start. When you talk about Isaiah Thomas, firsthand, facing him during his near MVP season and facing him in the playoffs that year, he was a guy who was capable of putting up 50 and was averaging right around 30. Can you see his scoring average moving up as the season goes along? Is he a guy who's going to get back to averaging, say, 20 points a game?
No, I mean, I don't see that. I mean, that was us, definitely. I don't see that this year. We got a lot of guys in that lineup that can score. As we know, we're score the ball very easily, and
right.
Like I said, that kind of surprises me. But Thomas Bryant has developed, and he has to get some touches. And focal point, a good point in our offense, and he leads, and he's a better passer than I thought. In Boston, he didn't have to do that because that was his job, was to come in and get buckets, and he did that and doing it at a high level. He's passing the ball well. He's sharing the ball. He finds Brad in transition. He finds Mo and TB rolling to the basket. So he's been solid, and hopefully he can stay this way and stay healthy all year long because he's been a big plus for us.
Talk about Mo, because I think he's been a bit of a surprise, right? I don't think people realize that this guy can break out at time. He had 30 and 15 the other night. 30 and
15. And we picked him up. It's like him and Bonga. We picked him up in the trade over the summer. It was like, can they play? Are they going to be able to play? But one thing Mo does bring, man, he brings enthusiasm and effort and determination, grit. And he's just a tough guy. I think he leads the league in offensive charges drawn. He gives up his body. Like I've said it many times, it's like he's the human bruise. Every day I see him, there's another bruise on his body, and he loves it.
You love that.
He gets after it. He gets after it in practice. He's a winner, and I'm glad we have him. He's going to continue to do well for us.